What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we're going to start off here with the Fear and Greed Index. It is currently at 17. That was literally just at 18, I swear. Like 2 minutes ago, it was at 18. Now it's at 17. But that I'm just showing you guys, hey, 1 month ago, you were at Greed. Where were you a month ago? On SPY, you were all the way up here. All right, you were somewhere up here. Well, now you're down here. All right, and yet the crowd is getting extremely fearful now. They think the market crash is about to take place. It could take place. I'm not saying it's not about to take place, but I'm going to tell you right now, ahead of time, it's likely not about to take place. All right, with all likelihood here, we are about to see this thing squeeze faces. Okay, it's about to rip faces. All right. Before we go into the nitty-gritty and the details that I want to share with you guys, I just want to go over the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour time frame. Then we can go over the rest, okay? And the rest really is going to be the bread and butter of this video, because the rest is going to really paint that picture of like, holy crap, I should not be going short here. Wow, look at that. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to start here with VIX. All right, so VIX. We do have these massive wicks, which is literally just showing us that volatility is being sold, guys. So on these spikes, every single one of these big spikes, it's being sold into, okay? Which means calls are being bought and puts are being sold as these massive spikes occur, which these spikes are correlated with drops over here on SPX, which SPY is the ETF for SPX. So that is what we trade here on the channel, SPY and QQQ. Quick little plug, by the way, if you guys do want consistent high probability trade setups and trade plans that go with those trade setups, go check out the Patreon for $39.99 a month. There is a Discord as of last night, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, I do know anybody would find value with that, so hey, feel free to give it a shot. All right, let's get back into TA though. All right, so you do have a, you don't have a hammer candlestick because this wick is not 2 times the size of the body. It is actually smaller than the body, but it is showing you the same thing. Okay, the psychology is the same thing. Sellers took you down from the open and they brought you up, and it is only 2:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you're not closing at the high today, the intraday high, but we will have to see how you close the day out. Either way, buyers are taking you up. They're not letting the sellers smack you around anymore. Let's actually X that out, make that a little bit neater for us. All right, come back over the daily time frame. All right, your CCI, it's in oversold territory, guys. Stochastic is about to cross down. RSI is also near oversold lines. All right, and this is correlated with bounces, guys. We are literally lower on the RSI than where we were back over here when you saw, I think it was a 10% rally here on SPY. 12% rally on SPY. All right, QQQ had an insane rip. Trough to peak was 20%. Insane rip. I think that is likely about to be what we have coming. All right, but it doesn't have to be. I have been wrong before, but I am a man who just literally looks at probabilities, and I use these probabilities to paint a big picture point of view. And with that big picture point of view, I like to do stuff with my money. So if that is also something that you find yourself doing, hey, I think this channel is it's a good spot for you. So yeah, all right. If you're not subbed already, you might as well hit that subscribe button. It is free to you. All right. But yeah, you are bouncing right now off of this trend line here, which could be this right here. All right. It could be a head and shoulders that is about to form. And we will know if that is forming if we go up and make that lower high. Now, if we come up here to this broadening bottom / falling wedge, we got descending broadening wedge. I guess that is the official name for this pattern we have right here, right? If we do end up getting this breakout, which we'll know by the time SPY hits 405, we'll know if we get a breakout from this pattern. All right, which I think we probably go up and hit 405, and then that gives us a target. All right, we'll have to see what happens around that target. Okay, do we make the new high? Because if we make the new high, then hey, this can't be a head and shoulder, because I'm pretty sure you cannot have one of the shoulders being taller than the head. All right, so that would mean we're not going to be coming down and looking to put a target on the board there. All right, but it is something that I want to call out. All right, we are bouncing off of that trend line from here to here. This is where we are bouncing here on SPY. All right, now moving over to QQQ. All right, QQ is also in a broadening wedge here, a descending broadening wedge or a broadening bottom. All right, it could be a continuation. It could be used as a continuation pattern here if we come up and break these high. But that's what I was saying. We're going to have to really see where this target is. All right, I think one of the targets is guaranteed going to be the top of that wedge. But yeah, we're going to have to see where price ends up finding resistance after this, because if you do end up breaking out from this, then yeah, guys, we got continuation going on, and we don't have that head and shoulders going on, which means like, hey, all right, maybe that big decline, maybe everybody, the vast majority of chartists out there on FinTwit, on YouTube, on Reddit, on not FinTwit, StockTwits. Maybe everyone was wrong, and we're not about to have a massive decline. All right, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. I still think we do get a massive decline. We are in the midst of something that really can't end good. All right, there is no good ending. All right, I'll tell you right now how this whole thing ends. Wealth effect needs to be taken away. I've been talking about that for months here on the channel since like somewhere over here. All right, I was talking about the wealth effect. Guys, you get market rally, people think they have more money, they go spend more. Inflation. That's literally the wealth effect in the simplest terms possible. There it is. And that's exactly what is likely about to happen, okay? The Fed is in between a hard place and a rock, all right? And the rock in this scenario is their inflation battle, okay? But now the hard place is that to continue this inflation battle, all right, and to continue winning this inflation battle, they need to stop. Wait, hang on. Let me regroup. I drew that out too long there. Okay, so rock in a hard place. The rock is the fact that they are fighting this inflation battle and they need to keep raising rates in order to do this. The hard place, however, is the fact that they keep going on with this battle and boom, the system collapses. All right, they already got signs that hey, you now have the system cracking. Okay, even if it was these smaller banks, the system was cracking, and it was only a matter of time until, you know, the larger banks end up cracking. All right. Now, what they did different here compared to the past is they jumped on this all at once. Okay, March 2020, that crisis came along. Well, guess what? They didn't fix the problem right away. All right. This time around, they jumped on it on the spot. Okay, literally over the weekend, they jumped on this thing. All right, which honestly, that's what I was saying. The charts are suggesting we're going to be getting that bounce. All right. I do understand IWM has came down and made a new low today, which is something we're going to point out after we go over the other technicals here at SPY, QQ, and VIX. But yeah, guys, I'm still looking for that bounce. Like you have charts suggesting you're about to put in a major bottom, and I don't want to. I don't want to scare people out of short positions, because that's not what I want to do. If I'm wrong here, like, hey, all right, you win, I lose. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not going to lose in the end anyway. Risk management will be involved. But you know, all right, like that's not my goal here. Okay. That's not my goal here. My goal here is to educate the masses. All right. To show you guys that, like, hey, all right, it probably isn't the best place to be going short. Okay. So you should probably tighten that risk management up. All right, and if you're looking for opportunities to go long, I'm showing you this is your chance, buddy. This is your chance. You want to take this shit and run with it. All right. But yeah, going back over to the daily time frame on QQQ, like I said, you were in that broadening formation right here. All right, you're in that descending broadening wedge here. Your stochastic is up here. Your CCI is up here towards overbought territory. It's leaning over there. All right, but you are starting to hinge down, which is suggesting like, hey, all right, sellers could be, or momentum is starting to shift, which means sellers should be pouncing coming up, or they could be pouncing coming up. All right, not should, they could. All right, it could start with the decline. All right, but coming over here to IWM, all right, so IWM is something that did make a new low today, but what did it do, guys? It made a bullish divergence here on this RSI. Okay, so you hit 20. Was this? Let me get that right there. All right, so you hit 26.78 the other day. Today with this new low, you're hitting 30.71. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to show you guys the last time this took place at 30 on the RSI. All right, not like you did have that and that produced this, but we're not even going to reference that. We're going to reference where you literally had this exact same thing happen. All right, which was over here. And I'm going to say right now, history is not going to repeat itself, but it likely will rhyme. All right, so that is what I'm gonna be rocking and rolling with here. All right, you have. All right, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? All right, right here. All right, right there. You have that going on. You have that going on. You formed your bullish divergence on 30 there, or not on 30, on 25, 32 on your RSI there. When you hit a low of 190.95, we're going to say 191. All right, the following day, you went down to 188. So you had a $3 decline. All right. Anyone who didn't get scared out of that out of their long position on that $3 decline there, you in the next 4 trading sessions after you hit this bullish divergence, after you form that bullish divergence on this day, 4 trading sessions later, you were up $12, 6%. 6%. All right. Guess what happened? All right. 10 trading sessions later, you're up 10%, $17, 9% right there. Boom. 2 weeks later. All right. This is what I think we have in store. And guess what? By the time you came up here, where did the RSI go? It bounced all the way up to 55, guys. All right. This is what I think needs to happen. I do think we're going to come down and make a new low. But I think what I just showed you guys is going to happen before that happens. Okay. I think we probably have something like that loading. But I'm going to also say we have the chart suggesting that we have another one of these things loading. All right. We have another rally, not a counter trend rally, a rally loading. All right. And yeah, I'm just saying it's like overwhelmingly things are looking bullish right now. All right. We're going to go over to, like, there's one thing I can point out that's bearish to me and does suggest we will be going lower. But hey, there's the one deprecating factor versus like probably 10 appreciating factors here I'm showing you in this video. Hey, there you go. All right. Jump over to Mr. VIX. Now that we went over SPY QQ, we jumped to IWM. I forgot to mention Mr. VIX over here. But Mr. VIX's daily CCI is over here. You don't have a bullish bearish divergence yet. I don't think you're going to form one. I think this is probably going to be your top. But what I want to point out here is this RSI. All right. Everyone thinks the market's going to crash, right? Well, guess what? It's probably what they thought up here. Probably what they thought up here. It's probably what they thought up here. Probably what they thought up here. Now, let's get rid of all these things. And let's just show you what I'm getting at. Okay, we're going to look at this RSI. All right, this RSI is the indicator on the daily chart that is really important here. All right, you're topping here. You hit oversold or overbought. You hit overbought. You hit overbought. You hit overbought. You hit overbought. Guess what? You have one wick. You have this. You have this. You have over here, you have this, which you got pretty close up here on that. Okay, and the closest one, it was literally this top candle. Are you kidding me? All right, you got pretty close over here. This was your peak. All right, you got up there on this one. This was your peak. All right, you got pretty close over here. Oh, what was that? That was your peak. All right, where are we right now? Is this going to be our peak, guys? All right, notice how VIX was spiking from here. It only went up there. All right, yes, it got all the way up here on these other spikes, but guess what? VIX spiked from a lot higher. Now it's spiking from down here. All right, hit a low of 1706. Well, that is comparable to where we are trading at over here, and we can spike higher. We can. All right, I honestly, I encourage it. Okay, I hope VIX spikes over 40 so we can see the capitulation of it take place, getting massive rally, and then yeah, down the line, we can be expecting a crash, all right? But I would love for that capitulation event to start taking place. Well, it started taking place, all right? This is kind of what we got going on. And I think this is going to be a mini one. I think we are eventually going to get over 40 and 45. And that's going to signal, hey, we now have like a bottom forming. It's being put like an actual, like, hey, your major bottom, all right? That's what we got forming. It's not forming right now. That's what will show us it's forming. I think this is not going to come right now. I think that comes down the line. I think this thing pulls back and then, yeah, I mean, sometime down the line, you eventually are going to see that spike, all right? Because this game, or like the situation we're in right now, all right, it literally only ends with capitulation. It only ends with the wealth effect being taken away. It only ends with equity prices being a lot lower. And by a lot lower, I mean SPY is probably going to COVID lows. Doesn't have to, all right? But like it's, yeah, you need money to be sucked out of the system because inflation is a problem, all right? And when people think they have more money, they're going to spend more money. Well, guess what an instant fix to inflation is then, guys? Just take away half of the people's money. take away half a SPY, see what happens. All right, inflation over the following year is probably going to die. All right, that is like the easy fix that I have been pointing out this whole time, guys. It is in the Fed's best interest for prices to decline, not rally. But like I said, they're in between that rock and a hard place right now. And yeah, I mean, you have the bond market now pricing in that Fed's about to make rate cuts. All right, I'm going to show you guys this. DQ. Okay, you come over here. This is something I was showing you guys for a while here. All right, August. All right, this is August, guys. They're expecting you to now have rate cuts. All right, so this is what is currently being priced in. All right, so we come over here to the US 02, and I know I say all right. All right, I know I say it a lot. I am working on it. I notice it as well. All right, I also notice I say okay, all right. I get it. It is just things that happen. All right, as we go further down this journey, we will get better at this. I promise. That is just how things work. All right, but you are getting buying pressure stepping in at the 200 weekly in May, or no, 200 daily in May. So that is what's being held right now. I don't know if it's going to be held though going into the 22nd. That is about 7 days away from where we are right now. Yeah, that is actually not about 7 days. That is 7 days away from what we are at right now. His victory lap, Jerome's victory lap, took place at 4.1% here. As of right now, this is pricing in. They're pausing rates, guys. Them announcing they're going to be pausing rates is going to immediately spark a climb in equities. All right, the dip. It wants to be bought, guys. It wants to be bought. And like I showed you guys with the fear and greed index, like now is the time for the squeeze to take place. All right. Like I showed you on IWM, this is where bottoms form. All right. This is literally where they form. I'm going to show you guys something else right here. Okay. You come over here to DIA. All right. This is the weekly CCI. Let's put a line here where this weekly CCI is. All right. Notice how this is the exact spot. You've made a bottom here, 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 here. All right, guys. Let's just look at where that was. You were here. You were here, you were here, and you were here. You had that rip, that rip, that rip, and that rip. All right. I think we probably do have one of these loading right now. But as you see right now, I do have that bull flag on DIA here as it's coming back to back test the trend line. All right. And it doesn't have to end up playing out, but it's something that I am not going to ignore. I'm going to put it here. If we do end up getting a daily close above this level, I will put an upward target on it, and that upward target, and I'm not going to say it's going to be anything crazy, but it's likely going to be right here, 355 to we'll say 360-ish. I don't know about all-time highs, but like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have a case to be made for the bulls. All right, you're coming in and doing this on the weekly CCI over here as you backtest that trend line. As you get that bullish divergence here on the daily time frame, you actually have a triple bullish divergence if I'm looking at this right. Yeah, you have a triple bullish divergence going on, but we'll just call it a bullish divergence. At the same time, your RSI is down in the spot where, again, these bottoms form, guys. This is where this happens, okay? And it can dip lower as it did over here. It can, all right? But with the current setup and how I do my thing, all right, I got all these factors, then I create a big picture point of view, and then I decide what to do with my money off that big picture point of view. And I'm going to say right now, right, that big picture point of view is suggesting, yeah, it makes no sense that the market is about to crash. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't think it's going to be taking place. Just like I showed you on VIX, all right? People likely thought everything was going to die here. Same over here, here, here. All right? It's probably not going to happen, all right? You're getting the selling coming in, all right, which is showing you that, hey, these volatility spikes, they're being sold into, all right? Like, people are playing. They're playing you. That is what I'm getting at. All right. On top of that, you had that fear and greed index at freaking 17 this morning. That is not something to be going short into. Not at all is that something to be going short into. I'm going to reiterate what I showed you guys the other day. All right. I'm pretty sure this is a Dow theory buy signal. All right. High, low. Well, low and then lower low. You come over here in the transports, you have the same time frame right here. Well, guess what? You made a higher low. All right. You're not confirming the move down here with the transports. All right. So like, yeah, we have so many things suggesting we'll be getting some upside. Now, the only thing I will say is concerning is we do have this flag right here. We can't end up coming up and retesting it. So we're going to have to watch 3900-ish over here. All right. But this is about it. There's like not really anything else suggesting you could be going lower. But if you do go lower, I'm going to expect you get that bounce at this lower bound here, which would be right over here, which is literally right here, guys. All right. So like downside risk is there. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not like we're going to die going further into this, which actually right now, this guy's would be pretty perfect. I can promise I would be getting long into this. Oh, quick little plug again. If you guys do want the Patreon, okay? If you guys want to pay $39.99 a month for a Discord, trade alerts, and yeah, I mean continuous high probability trade setups to go along with the TA that we provide here in these videos, and then the written updates. There you go. $39.99 a month. Join the community. All right, we'd love to have you. But yeah, back to the video. All right, the only thing I can really say that's concerning is that on SPX, and then over here on DXY, you're coming up here and your oscillators are coming up off of oversold levels, which means like, hey, we could have some room to run here, which means we could end up flipping that. And if you do that, that is going to put some selling pressure on the indices, and that would not be good. But overwhelmingly, guys, we have a bullish setup. All right, I really cannot deny. All right, Apple's not really doing you any favors by being up here, but you did end up holding that 200 in May. You got buyers stepping back in. All right, I'm going to reiterate what I said last night in my written update. I think the move is to go short QQQ and go long SPY. I just think someone would be more profitable doing so. But then again, I don't know. QQQ is going crazy today. We're in like holding its value up there, where SPY took a dive. All right, so we're going to have to see how that idea there ends up working out. I'll let you guys know in a few months from now. All right, but the reasoning behind that is just because SPY's weekly oscillators all the way back down here. Well, QQ's just never came back down. So that is the thing. Oh, wow, look at that. Already on the week. Wow, that much volume? It's freaking Wednesday. All right, so we're going to have to see what happens over the next two trading sessions. But it looks like we're going to have that inclining buy volume here on SPY and QQQ for the week. All right, if this trend continues. High volume trend going into the end of the week. We're going to have to see. All right, now for the lower time frames, I know that's something we failed to discuss here. All right, so we're going to start off here with the 4-hour time frame. And I wanted to show you guys, all right, you're kind of going in between this range here, all right, and then you have this going on right here, which actually I already have. We're going to get rid of that just to get rid of the clutter there. We'll get rid of that as well, but that is where I expect buyers to step back in if we do end up coming back, coming down here, all right, if we don't end up taking that out. But if you do end up taking that out, I want to point out that you don't really have any resistance up until 398 to 400-ish. All right, so what is this? You get a close above 394. Yeah, 394. You get a 4-hour close above there, and there you likely are off to the races all the way up to 400. We'll say 1-hour close above this 394 level, or above this zone right here. This is literally the zone that's causing these rejections. All right, and this is, you flipped it. All right, so we're gonna need to see you flip it again. All right, or you're going to get rejection. You're coming lower for what I just showed you guys on SPX, which, I mean, let's just apply what we just showed you on SPX to SPY, all right, which is literally just we're going to be coming down here, all right? Like, the downside is there. I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm saying if you see any more downside, it's probably going to be blown out of proportion. You're going to see the media going absolutely crazy saying everything's about to fall off a cliff, all right? And then you're probably going to bottom. All right. And yeah, it's probably going to be right here at your December low. All right. So this is what I see. All right. I see any dip from here. All right. We already are in a big dip here from the high. All right. But any more of a dip, I think it will be eaten up pretty quick. All right. I do think we have at least a retracement on the table, which would be this golden pocket right here, 405 all the way up to 410. All right. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated as we go. We could end up coming down, but yeah, downside risk really is going to be over here. And you know what your boy is going to be doing over here. And then upside potential, you see what I'm talking about. It's all the way up there. All right. So with that being said, I guess I will catch you guys in the next one. I guess I could show you guys real quick IWM's weekly chart as well. All right. Not only is DIA in this bull flag back testing its trend line, hasn't gotten a daily close back inside its trend line here. All right. Or underneath that bull flag, it literally hasn't. Like, this is a red candlestick. It looks like it closed under, but no, it didn't. The close was actually up here at 318. Close with 318.82. You closed above that trend line. And then if you close out where you are right now, you're again holding the bottom trend line of this bull flag. So yeah, I think DIA is this is our DIA and IWM. This the canaries in the coal mine. This trip. All right. But yeah, those are my thoughts. That is where I think the market is headed. And yeah, if you guys do want consistent trade ideas, hey, there you go, Patreon. If you do want to join the Discord, there you go, Patreon. All right. And yeah, if you did find value in this video, then please smash the like button and pump our stock. That being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.